Hey friends, real quick intro. I'm going to go see Halloween tonight, and although I'm not a huge Halloween fan, that's what I'm going to go see tonight. My favorite John Carpenter film, hands down, is The Thing. It is always going to be The Thing. I think that was the pinnacle of his talent right there. He peaked at that movie. I don't think he's going to get any better. But in fact, he's kind of slacked off and fallen off in his old age. But I don't mind seeing it. I know it's only executive produced by John Carpenter. It's directed by somebody else. It's gotten a pretty good rating on the good old Rotten Tomato meter. And so I have the time off, and so I decided that I was going to go see a movie. Again, I think the deciding factor was, hey, they have popcorn. Woo! Let's go get some popcorn. So I'm going to get my diet soda and my popcorn. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch this movie just for you guys. And then I'll be back in just a few seconds to let you know what I think. All right. I'll talk to you in just a few seconds, guys. See you later. Bye. All right, guys, I just got done watching a movie, I'm not going to have much to say about this movie. Horror is not my go-to. Science fiction is my go-to. But any good movie is actually something that I enjoy. So, was this a good movie? Let's start off by saying this is a continuation of the very first movie, the original movie, the John Carpenter version of the movie. There was a 2 and a 3 originally, and then there was a bunch of remakes. Like, I think Rob Zombie got involved in this and remade like 1 and 2. I never watched any original sequels. I knew like 2 was in a mental facility. Either Jamie Lee Curtis or Michael Myers was in it. 1 of the 2, I don't know. I don't believe I've seen it completely. I might have. It just doesn't. It wasn't as good to impress me. And then 3 was out of the pages of the J.J. Abrams book of marketing, where he takes one of his popular properties, and he just tags that name on something on a movie that has nothing to do with the original property. So, like, Halloween 3 was basically just writing on the name, the brand recognition, and giving you a completely different story. It had something to do with demonic masks or something like that. I don't remember. I never saw it. I never wanted to. I just remember kids back in like junior high just coming back and saying, "Oh, that was a boss movie," which, I mean, back even then, I knew that when my peers were saying it was a great movie, usually it wasn't. So anyways, so it's a continuation of the first movie. Basically, we have a very aged Jamie Lee Curtis. No disrespect. Like you're watching this video right now. I apologize for calling you aged. But she's an older Jamie Lee Curtis, and she has been preparing for this very day since the last attack, which was back in 1978. So what is that, 40 years, 30 years? I'm not going to do the math. But anyway, so she's preparing for this, and she's like stockpiled weapons. She's trained herself in how to be a marksman. She has outfitted her house with floodlights and all kinds of various gadgets and traps to defend herself against this Mike Myers character. She has been building up her character, training herself to take care of this situation. So anyways, and then we have the sheriff also returning to his role. I guess he was one of the first responders to the original movie. Honestly, I do not remember the first movie all that well. I think I remember seeing it, the televised edited version, way back in like my early teens, if that, maybe my tweens, maybe like 11 or 12 I saw this movie. So it's been a while. So I don't know how it compares to the original. I'm probably going to go home and watch the original right now just to see. Was there any moments that made me angry in this movie? No, not really. It was a well thought out plot. It had believable characters. Mike Myers never did anything superhuman, and there were never any moments that just said made me go, oh come on moments of what I like to call them. Oh come on. Oh come on. No, that's silly. But it never had those moments. It actually gave us some very believable situations, and there were some really good scares to it, some jump scares. I think of one jump scare in particular I remember, and the rest of it was just very suspenseful and atmospheric. There were a lot of times when the camera would pan off and just focus on a non-scene for like 2 or 3 seconds, just to set up that tension, just to set up that suspense that we need in this movie, because it's basically just about a guy with a knife or various other objects killing people in very brutal ways, which, I mean, by today's standards, is pretty tame. Take another franchise that I am a particular fan of, which is the Final Destination movies. Those are... They set in motion a machinery of circumstances that happen along to create this incredibly graphic but clever death for all their main characters throughout this film. And this movie, I mean, like I said, it was just one guy going around with a knife or a crowbar or some a household product, a household tool to kill these people with. And it wasn't all that clever. It wasn't all that, it wasn't all that clever. So basically, this movie hinged on the fact that it was setting up very suspenseful moments, and we were just waiting for that second shoe to drop all the way throughout the movie. Is he in the closet? Is he behind the curtain? Is he amongst the other like mannequins? We were just waiting for those moments to happen, and this movie actually did utilize that quite well. It did give us a couple jump scares and a couple surprises and a couple moments that you're like, oh, that's not clever, but it actually did work. For me, though, I was kind of bored throughout the movie. Again, it's not my go-to genre. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay down a numbered review and then just move on with my life. But again, it's not my thing, and I was kind of bored. So I'm going to give it a good 70. You guys that are into the horror and like that suspenseful, atmospheric movie that this one is, please let me know if you really did like this or not. Because for me, it was very middle of the road. It was okay. It didn't make me angry. It didn't inspire me to say that it was a bad movie, but it really didn't inspire me to say that it was a great movie either. So there you go. I'm going to give it a good old 70%. And the next time I see you, who knows? Again, we're in the off-season, the off-summer season, so I'm not really sure which movies are coming out. I know it is October now. It's coming to the end of October. Then we have November to go through, and then December, which is the next real big push for the movies. And there's a couple movies coming out during the December month that I am very excited about. I really want to go see Into the Spider-Verse, and I will definitely be talking to you guys and letting you know what I think about this movie. But guys, I'm going to get going now. Again, I'm not really all that concerned about subscriptions. Please don't subscribe. But what I am concerned about is what you really think about these movies. So let me know. Leave it in the comments below. And then I'm out of here. So again, I'm going to say, I wish you guys peace. Montane, I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.